And blessings to all of God's children on another beautiful day. It is hot. Global warming is real, but I digress. I'm going to speak to you today about something that I have family members I have never revealed this to, but the time is coming for certain things to be revealed. Yoga. I was first introduced to yoga in prison. This was in the late 60s, the early 70s. I ran across this individual that used to come to the prison. And this individual, see, before hippies were the people, free love and all that. Well, the generation before that was called the beat generation. And they called themselves beatniks. And they was just cool, they was into jazz, but I digress. I met this individual and we struck up a friendship, and he introduced me to Eastern philosophy, yoga. Most people talk about yoga. What comes to mind is, let me say this, yoga has many different schools. You can't name them all, but basically, most people recognize yoga is hatha yoga. Hatha yoga is what you see people, hot yoga and what have you. I think my pastor's son, he's a good instructor on that. And people thinking about bending themselves and shit. But that's only one school of yoga. There's many schools of yoga. There's types of yoga that just deals with reciting affirmations. It's called mantra yoga. You have Kundalini yoga. Now, that's what most people talk about more when they're talking about the chakras, the 7 chakras. It's actually multitudes and multitudes of chakras. But the 7 chakras are used in order for a person to have some sense of how to connect the spiritual, because they use descriptions in the body, such as the spine and all that, but really it's not. It's in your subtle body. We have 3 different bodies. We have a physical body, we have a mental body, and we have a spiritual body. And the language is designed so we can focus our minds and meditation and these type of things. But hatha yoga hatha means mind, and the means prana. Prana is your breath, breathing, pranayama. You have exercises in learning how to breathe. You see brothers on here, exhale to a count. Inhale, diaphragmatic breathing. See, yogis are people who have experimented in the human condition under extreme circumstances. So it's not just bending your body. That's hatha yoga. You also have jnana yoga, which is the yoga of wisdom. You have, and jnana yoga says the worst thing that can happen, it ain't about sin and all that, is being ignorant. And the teachings are designed to develop and strengthen your inner will. You have to first know that your will is just not just something you use it in order to become centered in a thing, be focused, but it's a whole school of teaching on it. Kundalini yoga, the precept is, and I touched on this yesterday, a child is born with a heart of gold. Ways of the world, the child's heart go cold. As we become conditioned or into social convention, I like to use the example of an aluminum can. This conditioning causes a can. I got a can and I smash it, and it's all crinkled up. Well, now we want to return this can back to its form. So Kundalini Yoga says that the serpentine fire, there's the image of a snake, and it's called 3.5 times at the base of your Muladhara, which is your base chakra that's being used in order for you to get some type of inner vision of what's going on. Now, as this consciousness raises up through the various chakras, the heart, anahata, comes up, it clears up the agni, the third eye, the pineal gland. It gives the science to this so that you can have a working understanding or overstanding of how you're going to reach the Sahasrara. That's the crown. The same thing in the Jewish tradition, the Kabbalah. They use the Sephirah, and it's got 10 emanations from it. But I'm stick to Kundalini Yoga. Kundalini Yoga, it can be a very dangerous yoga if you don't have people trained and knowing what to do, because you're going to be opening some gates and opening some portals that you may, that's just like with mantra yoga. Mantra yoga sets up a vibratory field around you. Well, there's reading scriptures. See, my efforts here is to connect and try to show through esoteric knowledge that everybody's saying the same thing. They just have different expressions of it. And I think in this day and time, we need to know everything that's familiar to us in order for us to better know God. That's all those yogis are setting up there, man. All the exercises they're doing, they're trying to become one with God. They're trying to lose themselves and become divine. The same way Yahshua HaMashiach. That's the whole teaching. He was coming here. He said to us in John, I'm leaving, but you're going to do better works than me. I mean, a lot of people got a lot of excuses why they don't want to accept or become accountable and responsible for that commission that's cited through Scripture. He said, you should do better works than what he demonstrated. In other words, he was here to show us who we really are and whose we are. We are not what we think. We want knowledge of truth, which is knowing. I'm going to pick this up in some other different places, but don't just think I'm going to come over here. Yeah, we can talk scripture and correlate, because there's only one truth, one love. Have a great day.